Hey, this is Jenny Jones, Digital Growth Hacks Club. All right, so I want to be very, very brief with this particular tool here. We have Legitt, and Legitt is basically a contract management system. Now, you may be saying, as a small business owner, do I need a contract management system? Well, I'm going to tell you a couple of reasons why this particular system you may need. If this is your first time to this channel, please go ahead and like, subscribe. Now, let's look at what this tool does well, and I'm going to give you their superpower definitely for a small business. Now, let me just be flat out honest with you. This is an enterprise tool. This is not really a small business tool. And the reason why I say that is because you don't think that you need this tool as a small business, but in fact, you probably do. Now, let's look at the prices first, right? Let's kind of get an idea of what they have here. And how you can tell that it's an enterprise tool is the integrations: HubSpot, Microsoft Teams, Salesforce. That's how you can tell it's an enterprise tool. And you look at the integrations, they just don't have many for small businesses. I will tell you that they don't have webhooks yet, but webhooks are coming. And according to the founder, they're going to be for all tiers, right? So it's alternative to Adobe Sign, DocuSign, and PandaDoc. And I'm going to show you some reasons why it's better than maybe PandaDoc. So if you're paying for PandaDoc right now, I'm going to show you some reasons why it may be better than PandaDoc. DocuSign is a standard. Everybody pretty much copy them. Adobe Sign, it integrates with a lot of other products. But if you don't have either one of these three, or you're not paying a subscription for them, let me show you how this tool is going to be a little bit better, right? So let's look at the pricing first, right? And I'm going to just walk you through the tool really quick. Let's look at the pricing. And let's see what it kind of changes. The price changes at the tier 3. Because tier 3 gives you a repository. So as a small business owner, if you really wanted to take full advantage of this tool, then tier 3 is where you want to start at. If you want to just get through the couple of the simple things, if you want to be able to create contracts on the fly, something like that, your tier 2 is going to definitely be it. Actually, you can get away with the tier 1, but if you wanted to review your contracts that you get from somebody else, then you want to at least get the tier 2. So I think tier 2, if you need the tool, if you just say, hey, I don't have a tool like that, I have $99 or have a credit or something, I think this serves you well, because I'm going to show you how you can create a contract on the fly. And it has about 300 to 400 contract templates that are in there that you can change up. And also you can create contracts on the fly from scratch. So we're going to look at all of that. And so that's why I said the repository feature. Let me just tell you what that is. A repository is when you keep all of your contracts in one particular point. So if you do a heavy contracts, maybe you do a lot of government contracts, maybe you do a lot of contracts from other companies. If you just keep them all in one repository, that's fine. You really don't need 2 repositories unless you're a larger business where you say, hey, I'm going to keep all my US contracts in one repository. I'll keep all my domestic contracts in another repository. Really, you can get away with one repository. The thing you have to look out for is the pages per file. So when you upload a contract, if it has more than 20 pages, it's just not going to allow you to upload it, right? You may have to break it down into 2 different pages. 2 different uploads, right? And so that's one of the things you have to look for, right? So if you're going to do a lot, if you're a heavy contract user, then you definitely want to, if I were you, if I'm a heavy contract user, I'm going to go all the way to my highest tier here. So I'm probably going to go maybe I would go, if I'm going to be a heavy user, I would probably go to maybe a tier 5 or a tier 4. I don't know that I need to do a tier 6. Take tier 6. You can make your money back very easily with the repository size and the things that you can do. I just don't see that happening. I see the most people that'll be here, if you're on an Appsumo and you have a small business, I see maybe a tier 2 or tier 3 purchase. So let's take a look at it a little bit more. I did find where the founder talked about, I looked up webhooks. He says, yes, we do have plans to make webhooks available for Legitt AI. In the future, webhooks will allow for better integrations. We already know what webhooks does. And someone says, hey, will it be available for all tiers? The answer is yes. I think I'm going to have him on the show. If you guys want the founder on the show for this tool, you're really, really interested in it, go ahead and comment below. Say, yes, get on the show if you can. Then I'll go through the extra efforts to try to get him on the show. So just comment below if you want to know. This tool is sneaky good. Now, it's not a tool that's going to make you money. You know, I love talking about tools to make you money, but this is going to enhance your business. And what it is going to do is it's going to bring instant credibility to your business if you're able to issue contracts from a system like this, right? So let me show you some of the other things. I don't have it fully populated, but I am going to show you some of the things that it can do. So what you can do here is, this is where you can upload your contracts. I am going to show you some of this a little bit, where you can upload your contracts, and then you can have the tool, you can have Legitt analyze it and says, hey, give me the key, available key clauses in this, and give me some of the missing clauses. So you can do this in there as well. You can say, hey, are there any missing key clauses that I should add in my contract, or a contract came over that I think it should be added? And you can pull that up and you can analyze it from there as well. Also, one of the things that it does is it allows you to create non-disclosure agreements and a lot of other contracts from scratch. So they give you templates, or you can build your own. So let me go ahead and I'm going to show you that. So I have a tier 3, pulled a tier 3 out off the shelf. Let's go ahead and get into this tool. This tool, again, it's not a money-making tool, but it's a money-saving tool, and it's a money credibility tool. So if you're going to use it like that, and I think here's just one other thing. It's very well put together. Very well put together. So let's get into the tool. Let's take a look at it. All right. So we are over here at my desktop, and I'm logged in a little bit already. I kind of wanted you to take a look at it. It has a lot of moving parts. If I showed you everything that it did, this video would probably be about 30 minutes, and I don't want to do that. So I want to show you some of the key highlights, definitely for small business owners, so you can create. Here's what you really want to do. So again, it has a signature and the signage. It has certification of the signatures too, which I haven't seen a lot of tools do it quite like DocuSign. This tool has a certification. It captures the IP address and all of that as well. So this is legit. When it comes to signing, this is a legit, for no pun intended. This is a legit tool to use. Some of the other things that I think that it has, which you may not know, is it has a funnel builder. It has some extra things like that. And that's why I think the webhook would be great. Once they add that, it's going to allow you to move the information onto one of your CRMs or something like that. So let's get into creating a document. So let's take a look at that first. This is a document that I have out already. It'll show up red here. It'll show up blue here if it's still pending. But if I have it out waiting for signature, then it'll show up red here. So all your recent documents here. I don't have everything populated. I just went through and I tested it out a little bit. Let me show you one of the, let's create a document here first. Let's do that. So when you create a document, you're going to either, what would you like to do today? You can do sales enabled. So you have two sides. You have generating sales, proposals, quotes, or estimates, right? And then you have contract management. This manages all your contracts, your agreement, and your NDA, right? So let's do a sales, let's do contract management. So let's create a contract here. What would you like to do? This also has, it has a plugin for Microsoft Word, which I think is very, very clever. I don't have Microsoft Word here on my Mac, but I did see the Word plugin. It's very, very nice. Of course, the plugins populate at the top of your desktop when you're inside Microsoft Office. This is legit. It's certified. Microsoft has the plugin and everything. So I think that's good, right? That says a lot about the development of the tool, that they can get that approved by Microsoft. So that's in there as well. So let's use, they do have a built-in editor, so let's use that. And then you comes here and says, hey, what would you like to do? So if you upload, right, or you create from scratch, then you got to have one that you've seen already, and then you want to upload and create from scratch. I don't have that. I don't have either one. So I'll get an AI created from an AI contact generator. You can do it from the AI contact generator, or you can create it from templates. Right. So let's just for small business, I wanted to make sure that I handle the small businesses. Let's create an AI contract generator. This is if you don't have any contracts at all. And there are contracts. I think people kind of find them online, and you can use that. But I think this is you can probably find one online and then upload it in here and then enhance it and make it better. And then you can actually make it your own. So I have seen people do that. So this is something we'll do. We'll create one on our own. We'll create one from AI. So let's do that. Okay, so now we're over here. This tells you how many you have each month. You get 50. Everybody starts with 50 until you get to tier 4, then you have 100. So I'm able to create 50 new contracts a month from scratch, which that's more than enough for a small business, right? So what type of contracts are you looking for? I will put here, let's do ADA. Let's do, let's just do a service contract. Well, let's do a non-disclosure agreement. Let's do a non-disclosure agreement, right? So it gives you the first piece here. This gives you that first level. And again, these just try to make sure you have the right elements of any type of agreement you're going to put together. What is the start date? So if we wanted to look at that, the start date we would put here. Let's do that next. So the start date, we would put today's date. Let's just do that. Let's do today's date. And then let's go one more. We'll go down here. When, what is the end date? So when do you want this to end? So let's just make this end in 1 year. So we'll go 1 year from here. It's September, and we'll go 29th. All right. And then you go here. What service or product is a contract for? It's web development. So let's just go SaaS tool development. All right. And so it's given us all the important. What is the full name of the first party? It is I'll just put Crom Inc. I don't know, something I just came up with. What is the name? What is the name of the first party? Oh, I'll just put J Jones. And then what is the name of the second party? Actually, I should have put, I'll just put Jones Inc. I'll just put that there, right? So that's the first party. That's who the person's going to sign. The second party is that party. Now I'll put what jurisdiction is this going to happen in? We go United States here, United States of America. This gives you the building components. You can use templates, but you can build your own. So do you want to add any additional clauses? He says, nah, I'm not going to add any additional clauses. All right, so you are done, right? And then it's already ready. It's already ready to be filled out. So you can see this here. Now, then what you do, so it's already done. We don't want to add any clauses. So we're done here, right? Let me download it. All right, so we are all set. And this is how you build it. And so we'll download it here. All right. So we have that created, right? So that's how you create the documents. And then it already fills in everything for you. All right. So that's our so that's how you create documents on the fly. So that's just for an NDA. But let's go and let's look at how you use some of their templates. So now let's get the document signed. The actual document that we downloaded, let's actually get that actually signed. So we're going to upload it here into the system. So let's go ahead and pull it in. That's the same document we created. Let's go ahead and get it added to the system here. We're going to click browse here, non-disclosure agreement. We're going to upload it here, or you can drag and drop it here, non-disclosure. All right, we're going to go next here. It's analyzing it. All right. So this is our non-disclosure agreement that we pulled in, right? And so this is the same document that we just created this document. So let's go ahead and review the document. Gives us an outline of it. It actually gives us the key points of the actual document, right, as well. All right, so let's finish and sign. So let's add the signature blocks. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to add my signature block here. So let's pull that up and put this right here. Jenny Jones signs right here. And then let's create one for the second party. So let's create that right here. So I created, all I had to do was just go in and add that particular person. Let's put them right here. Just had to add their name there. So this is the second person. Actually, let me move these two around. Right, and then if you want, it's another trick that I learned. If you want to create, if you wanted to add initials on every page, you can do that. I forget how to do that right now at this point. So we got to apply the changes here. So we got the non-disclosure agreement here. Let's get that taken care of. To whom we're going to receive. So we got that. So we're going to add. All right, so we are done. We just want both signatures. Hey, you're going to sign the non-disclosure agreement. We have all that. So then we're just going to hit finish here. All right, so we're going to have you hit finish there, then you can send for sign. And I think what the founder was saying is, I think in 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, I think he said 3 weeks, another 3 weeks. So probably towards the end of October, everything will be in SMTP. So right now it does come from a Legitt emailer, but they are adding SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. Well, it will come from your own email client or your own email domain. So that's being added. I think he said 3 weeks. So give it about 4 weeks, about another month. It will come from your own email. All right. So then you can just send for sign here. So once you click on that, it says send for sign. By sending this document electronic, you are confirming you intent electronic signature. So this is going to capture on the other end. It's going to capture the IP address and all that. It's going to capture all of yours as well. So what you have to do is when you hit accept here, it's going to ask you, how do you want to sign? Do you want to upload your own signature? Do you want to use a script, or do you want to use a custom template? So let's see what happens here. And so what you can do here is you can send a note or a message that goes with it. Custom title of the email. You can say for your signature, and I can just put Jenny Jones. I kind of like to do that. I kind of like to put my name in some of the subject lines so people know. They get inundated with a lot of emails. So that's one thing I do. You can send custom message inside the email as well. All right, so once you send that out, it's out for signature, and it sends an automatic email to the email address that you put in there and you added the other party. You can sign the document now, or you can wait to sign later. You can do it from your inbox. I will sign later. So I will not sign now. I will sign later. All right, so we looked at the contract management side, creating NDAs, agreements. Let's look at, we have a sales proposal, which I think that most people will use this tool for. If I wanted to create because a lot of people will have contracts they had to, and I know even prior to using AI, which has only been about a year now, year and a half, you would have to go online, you'd have to find other NDAs, or you'd have to find those other tools and just kind of create and draft your own. Well, here you don't have to do that anymore. You can go to sales enabled. So what I want to do is I want to create a proposal using one of the templates that they have here. And I want to create it from the Legitt AI editor here. Do you have your own template? No, I do not. Great. We'll find a template for you, and look at all the templates that they have in here. This is some juicy, good stuff here. So what we'll do is we will create, you want me to create a web design, web development for you. I got a proposal. One thing I will say about giving people actual contracts for web development and all that, it's serious. So when you when you request for payment, they know that you're a serious company and you're very legit. So no pun intended, but this does make you legit in a sense, right? So if I was going to do a podcast promotion, let's do something simple like a web development proposal. Person wants me to develop something for them. I would come here and I would do that. Now, what I love about what this does is it says, hey, all the yellow spots are, you can automatically pre-populate those, and those will be ready. So you can put the client's name in. Once you get the client's name in here, this tool is done. You can put the delivery dates and all that other stuff, or you can come in and you can kind of edit it. And that's kind of the gist of this, right? So you can go here. You can say, hey, client's name. I can put Jane Doe. And it populated Jane Doe throughout the actual document here. I can come back here and I can say, hey, your company name. I can put Jenny Jones Social Inc. Right? We'll go enter there. So Jenny Jones Social Inc. So it captured all of that. Right. And then it says, hey, what do you want me to develop? Technology stack. And you just click on this. You can just say, hey, what you want to do. Right. You can put in technology stack, Python, PHP, all that stuff, CRM integration. So what it's doing, it's giving you the full, and you can go in here and edit this however you like. And it says, hey, there's some things that I want and some things I don't want here. And then you can put the email address and so on and so forth. You can add the signatures here. I think for what it allows you to do. And that's what I'm saying. Even if you got, to me, a minimum of a tier 1 at the $49 does not hurt you, right? But if you want to review contracts and evaluate them for different clauses it should have, let me show you the repository, and then we're going to get out of here. So let's just take a look at the repository. So this is the repository here, right? And what you have is the repository. It goes into another tab once you click on repository. This is one that I did. I wanted to know how it read contracts. So what I basically did was I uploaded a new contract that I have to sign because I produce apps in the App Store, and Apple was like, hey, you need to re-sign this new contract. So I downloaded the contract and then I uploaded it here to analyze it for me. Now, the hack on this is you really can actually use you can use one of your other, you can use your Merlin, you can upload it into Merlin and it'll do the same thing. You can say, hey, what are the pros and cons of it? But because this actual chat bot or Lena is actually designed to read contracts and it knows all the contract rules, it would behoove you to kind of stick, because this is trained on contract reading, right? So that is a difference. So you can analyze a contract in another tool like a ChatGPT, or if you load the document up or something like that, or Merlin, right? And Merlin, I think what I like about Merlin is you can upload it and then it doesn't keep it to your server. It says, hey, don't keep this contract to your server, and it'll delete it in 7 days or something like that. So I don't want to make this about any other tools, but I do want to let you know how you can hack it with a Merlin if you still wanted to get the same type of deals here. So what you can do here is it can analyze a contract for me. It actually can review the contract for me. It would give me the key areas that I needed to know about. It can analyze it here. These are the key areas that I needed to read. It also can go, gives me the different dates. Do I need to, what are the key dates? And it can make a task here to remind me if I'm going to get past a deadline. If I have a deadline, it'll remind me of the deadline. It'll add it to my calendar. So it does a lot of customization here. A couple more things I wanted to show you here about the repository is this is really powerful if you have a lot of contracts and you're receiving a lot of contracts and you're doing a lot of back and forth contracts. So on Apple's contract, what I want to do is I want to use Elena. Why am I saying Elena? I can ask about the document. What are the negative? I'll put negative areas of this contract, and I can enter. So what I'm doing is I'm asking Lena to interpret to chat with the actual document and let it tell me what it's doing. And so it'll tell you some of the things that it's doing here. So it says, hey, what are the negative? It says, based on the provided context of the Apple development license, no ownership interest for Apple. Apple does not acquire any ownership interest in this application. This means that all the responsibility and liabilities fall solely on you. Well, I'm like, oh, okay, that's not good. It says installation. Apple is not responsible for the installation and use of your application. So it's basically letting you know that, and it's telling you in short of the overall agreement that you uploaded. It's actually speaking and talking to your contract for you, right? So you have a report here. It tells you this is again, you got to have 40, 50 contracts. You can look at them. What's the average duration of my contracts that I have? The longest, how long do they last? What's the shortest duration? Right. And so it does those types of things for you. One of the other things, let me see. What else did it have? And I think that's really all I had right now for this particular area. I'm still learning the repository area. But hey, this has been Jenny Jones. Hopefully you guys liked it. I think this is a tool. As a tier 1, it's a different tool you haven't seen here before. But I think what you're going to find is a tier 2 or tier 3 is going to be the sweet spot for this. I think a tier 2 is a minimum as a small business, which is $99. I think the price is actually going to go up on this particular tool. I think you have about 20 hours from me releasing this video. And of course, if you're going to use it, if you're going to pick it up, go ahead and use my code below. It's not going to cost you anything additional. It's just going to allow you the opportunity to pick it up and help support the channel. All right. So, hey, this has been Jenny Jones. You guys have been great. Take care. Goodbye for now.